Are you putting salt on your food? Well, if you are over 50, you should stop immediately. Salt can cause stroke, high blood pressure, kidney failure, and even death. Let's talk about this white powder that destroys seniors. Hello, everyone. If you want to be a healthy senior, if you don't want to end up in a nursing home, or if you don't want to die soon, then keep watching this video. Because in just a few minutes, I will tell you what you need to know about salt, especially when you are a senior. And by the way, all my references are added in the description below. The first thing we need to talk about is how salt and our blood pressure are related. So, let me ask you, do you have high blood pressure? Well, if you do, maybe you should think twice before putting salt on your meal. You see, when you eat salty foods, it causes your body to hold on to water. This happens because your body wants to dilute the salt, so it holds on to more water. This extra water makes more blood, and this extra blood needs more pressure to pump around your body. This means that if you eat salty foods, your blood pressure can go higher. I also need to mention that according to studies, eating salty foods does not raise your blood pressure in the short term. It takes months or years of eating salty foods to get a real effect. But here's the problem. When you are a senior, your body doesn't handle salt as well as a young person's body. As we age, our kidneys get less efficient at getting rid of excess salt. This means that even a small amount of salt can raise your blood pressure. Now, you may be thinking, what's wrong with having a little bit of salt? Well, if you already have high blood pressure, anything you do to raise your blood pressure a little bit can be dangerous. It can make your blood pressure go over the edge. And believe me, I know what you're thinking now. I don't have blood pressure problems, so I'm fine, right? Well, if you don't have blood pressure problems now, it doesn't mean you won't have them in the future. High blood pressure often doesn't have any symptoms, but it can damage your organs without you knowing it. And when it comes to your kidneys and your heart, it can take years to see the damage. Let's talk about how salt can damage your heart. I've been telling you for years, stop eating junk food. And one of the reasons why is because these foods are packed with salt. Junk foods like chips, pretzels, and fast foods are very salty. These salty snacks can raise your blood pressure. And as I told you, high blood pressure can damage your heart. Also, when you eat lots of salt, your body needs more water to get rid of it. And this means that you need to drink more water. But if you don't have enough fluids in your body, drinking more water can make your blood thicker. And this thicker blood makes your heart work harder. And over time, this extra work can weaken your heart. And when your heart gets too weak, you can get a heart attack or a stroke. And this is why doctors often recommend that people who have heart disease stay away from salt. Well, let's say you don't have heart disease or blood pressure problems. Is eating a lot of salt still bad for you? Well, let's look at this study. More than 6,000 adults were studied for 4 years. The researchers found that people who ate a lot of salt were 26% more likely to get a heart attack or have a stroke. So yes, even if you don't have blood pressure problems or heart disease, a high salt diet can still be dangerous for you. What about your kidneys? Can salt hurt your kidneys? You see, your kidneys do many important jobs in your body. They clean your blood, they help control your blood pressure, and they help make red blood cells. A high salt diet can put extra stress on your kidneys, and over time, it can damage them. And the problem with this is that once your kidneys are damaged, it's hard to repair them. So when you're a senior and you have kidney problems, it can get worse very quickly. So what should you do? Should you never eat salt again? Well, no, salt is good for you. We just need to use it in the right amounts. According to the World Health Organization, adults should eat less than 5 grams of salt per day. That's about a teaspoon. But when you eat out at restaurants, it's very hard to get less than 5 grams of salt. Most restaurant meals are way too salty. So you may want to ask your waiter to bring you less salt or no salt. And I also recommend that you start reading labels. Check how much salt is in the foods that you buy. And try to find foods that have less than 300 milligrams of sodium per serving. And remember, even if a food label says low salt, it doesn't mean it's good for you. It just means that it has less salt than other similar foods. Now, I know some of you are thinking, I've been putting salt on my food my whole life. I'm an adult for decades and I've never had a problem. Well, that doesn't mean that salt hasn't been damaging your body. You see, salt can damage your organs for many years before you see any signs of a problem. And by the time you feel sick, it can be too late. All right, let's move on to the next reason why seniors should be careful with salt. And that is because salt can raise your blood pressure. As I told you earlier, when you eat salt, your body holds on to water. This makes more blood, which makes your heart pump harder. And this extra pressure can raise your blood pressure. And if you already have high blood pressure, this can be very dangerous. Salt can also make your blood thicker. And this makes your heart work even harder. And over time, this extra work can weaken your heart. And as I said before, this can lead to a heart attack or a stroke. So you may be wondering, how much salt is too much salt? Well, most adults should eat less than 2,300 milligrams of sodium per day. That's about a teaspoon. But if you have high blood pressure or heart disease, you should eat even less. Talk to your doctor about how much salt is safe for you. Here's something else you need to know about salt. Salt is hidden in many foods. It's not just the salt that you put on your table. Many processed foods like canned soups and frozen meals are very salty. And if you eat a lot of these foods, it can be hard to avoid getting too much salt. So be sure to read food labels carefully. Even some healthy foods like pickles and olives are high in salt, so be careful when you eat these foods. If you want to live longer, I have one more reason why you should cut back on salt. Some studies suggest that eating a lot of salt can shorten your lifespan. That's right. Eating too much salt can actually make you die sooner. In fact, one study found that people who ate more than 3,000 milligrams of salt per day were 21% more likely to die from any cause than those who ate less than 1,500 milligrams of salt per day. So if you want to live a long life, don't forget to watch your salt intake. You may also want to check out this video on how salt affects your brain. I made this video because too much salt can make you forget things and it can even lower your IQ. I will leave a link to this video in the description below. One last thing I need to say about salt is that it can be dangerous for your bones. Salt can cause your body to lose calcium. This can make your bones weaker and it can increase your risk of getting osteoporosis and breaking a bone. So how much salt should a senior eat? Well, if you are a senior, you should eat less than 1,500 milligrams of salt per day. That's about 3/4 of a teaspoon. But if you have kidney disease or heart disease, you should eat even less. Talk to your doctor about how much salt is safe for you. I hope this video helps you understand how salt can be harmful to your body. Remember, salt is good for you, but only in the right amounts. Be sure to talk to your doctor about how much salt is safe for you. And if you are a senior, you may want to consider cutting back on salt even more. This can help you stay healthy and avoid dangerous health conditions. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video. Bye-bye.